Big Bend, a national park established on June 12, 1935, located in southwest Texas along the Mexico border. This is the largest protected area in the Chihuahuan Desert, which is the largest desert in North America. The Rio Grande, or the Rio Bravo del Norte being a known name in Mexico, is a river that runs the southern border of the park. The large bend in the river where the park is located is where the park gets its name. The Chizos Mountains are located in the park, and it's the only mountain range to be fully contained within a boundary of a national park. The park contains 801,163 acres, or 1,251.8 square miles. To put that in perspective, that is bigger than the state of Rhode Island, which is 1,214 square miles. The whole park is completely within Brewster County limits, which is the biggest county in Texas. Big Bend's southern border administers 118 miles of the Rio Grande, with Mexico on the other side of the river, serving as an international border. The first day going into Big Bend was an hour-and-a-half drive from where I stayed at the night before. On that drive, you are going deep into the desert with nothing in the horizon but massive mountains in the distance. The whole drive, you run into one town called Marathon, Texas. This town of 410 people sits at 4,055 feet above sea level, and I promise you, driving towards it, you would never have guessed it. The drive continues south in what seemed to be an endless drive into a forever land of desert. Once you cross into the national park, you notice that the same mountains you have seen the whole drive is the next path into the park. It was getting late, but I was eager to do something in the park, so I did a short 0.4 mile hike, which is called Window View Trail. This trail is extremely easy with breathtaking views the whole stroll. The basins below with the massive Chiso mountain peaks surrounding you truly show you how tiny we are. I stayed in the nearby town of Fort Stockton along I-10, which is an hilarious 2 hours away from where I just hiked at. The tricky part about visiting this national park is it's one of the most barren parks in the lower 48. With this location at the southern point of Brewster County, which, mind you, is 500 square miles bigger than the state of Connecticut, and with a population of 9,546 people, proving how barren this land is. The next day, I did the 2.0 Balanced Rock Trail via Grapevine Hills Trail. The trail is 2 miles round trip and is considered an easy route, and I would agree, but there's pretty much no shade for the whole hike. For 80% of the hike, you are walking through a small canyon with the Grapevine Hills on both sides with their rugged peaks and massive boulders sticking out all over the hill. Near the end of the hike, you will have a 246 feet elevation gain that will zag all the way up to the top. The walk can be tough, but it's not horrible. This final stretch will take you up to the massive rocks balanced on each other. The view behind the rocks into the valley is so stunning. It's like God dropped a million rocks all over the mountains and valleys and just let them land wherever they please. These rocks bouncing on each other don't seem too big until you stand underneath them, and then you realize how massive they truly are. I don't even understand how massive boulders like this with all that weight can just bounce on each other with nothing else holding them up. After this hike, I drove on the 30-mile Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive that leads you down to the Santa Elena Canyon, which is the top attraction in this park. I love scenic drives like these that take you through the whole national park because it gives you a great sense of the park and what it has to offer while just being in your car. Don't take a second of it for granted and use as many pullouts as you can and take in the views. Every view is as unbelievable as the last, and the whole drive is like this. Of the views, my favorite is when you can start seeing the Santa Elena Canyon from miles away. As it's in viewing distance, you are still miles away in what seems so close but yet so far away. At the end of the road, you drive along the Rio Grande River, with Mexico just being a wet walk away. After driving along the river, it moves off into the Santa Elena Canyon, and that's where the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive ends. Looking into the canyon with the 1,500 feet giant cliffs and the Rio Grande River flowing in between is just a marvelous sight. Being down in the canyon floor, you can really feel the dry desert heat, so make sure you drink plenty of water and bring sunscreen as well. This was my first major national park I visited on my trek out west, and it really opened my eyes on how beautiful the world truly is. This is an experience I'll truly never forget, being my first true outdoor national park. I've been to the Gateway Arch National Park, and I'll have a video for that down the road, but Big Bend was just completely different. This is part of my journey to visit every single corner of the United States, and I will rank these by enjoyment as we go. Big Bend is my first video, so obviously it's up against nothing right now, but I will say it will take a lot to top this national park. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It means a bunch to me and the channel if you hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. I'll be going over videos just like this with all the other places I'll be visiting. I'll also be going in depth with other different categories in geography. Those will be mixed in along with these travel videos. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, guys. And until next time, World Geo out.